Have you ever played offline game and used some cheats? For example, God mode, infinitive bullets, infinitive money, increased experience or drop rates? I know I did it many times. And what happens? After 1 or 2 days, the game becomes boring. The game becomes too easy. There is no challenge. And if there is no challenge, everything you achieve gives no satisfaction. And yeah, at first you feel that rush of joy, but it quickly fades away. Now, back to Path of Exile. What happens when you play some meta build that literally can kill strongest boss in 1 or 2 seconds? And yeah, it's cool, but for how long? In my mind, the word meta is strongly associated with cheats, in a sense that it gives you a lot of power. It also puts sort of ceiling, a ceiling of highest power that you can ever achieve in the game. I mean, what could be stronger than killing a boss in 1 second? Killing in half second? Really? So basically, you beat the game. You have gained the most power, or you have fastest clear speed. There is nothing else greater you can achieve. So, the enjoyment of the game from there can only drop. And don't tell me that you're going to enjoy killing those hardest bosses over and over and over again. Basically doing the same exact thing, with same exact build. To get some good items? Why? You already have the most power you can have. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna make a new build, right? But you already know what is the best of the best. Are you really gonna want to play something weaker? Something slower? No, you won't. Even if you do, you're only going to complain. Oh, this is so weak compared to the best of the best build. And you're going to be looking for something. Something you don't even know what. Something to make the game interesting again. And it might be too late. You still feel attached to the game. You spend lots of hours, maybe even money. You don't want to just quit. So what are you doing? You keep checking forums, Reddit, YouTube videos, hoping to find something to make the game interesting again. And meanwhile, you see all those inferior builds, and you keep criticizing them. Everything feels so much weaker and slower than your best build. You probably don't even notice that you no longer enjoy the game. And slowly you build this mindset that every other build must be balanced according to your best build, so that every build could reach this power, has to reach this power, or else the game is broken. Or worse, the build is broken because it did not reach your power. I started playing PoE more than 4 years ago, before Anarchy League, which started June 8 on 2013. I always liked making my own builds, and I stayed away from meta builds like a plague, because I knew if I gained too much power in the game would become boring, and I did not want Path of Exile to become boring. I wanted to play it for a very long time, so I consciously stayed away from overpowered builds. Before Perandus League, which is when Ascendancy were introduced, there was Poison meta. Well, unfortunately Poison meta still exists. And I nearly quit PoE during Essence League, but it wasn't because I played meta builds. No, it was mostly because I felt lonely. I don't really like partying, I like going at my own pace. Also, I kept seeing YouTubers doing those crazy builds, killing bosses so fast, and my builds felt so much slower. And this comparing to other builds sort of killed my interest in PoE. And then Breach League started. For a long time I wanted to make Golem's main summoner skill, and Breach League introduced some changes and new unique items for golems, which made golem very strong. So I did some testing, made a video, and somehow channel started to grow. So in order to avoid getting bored again, I had to unsubscribe from many YouTubers, so that I would not try to compare my builds to other builds. Also, I did massive giveaway in Stardust League before Christmas. There is a video for that too. Then I also deleted all but one characters in Standard League. So basically that's like starting fresh. No old characters to test builds. And every build I did after that was just to have some fun. Or just to test something. No specific goal, no comparing to what it should be able to do. If the idea was interesting, then I would do the build. And because of all this, I am able to enjoy the game again. And I don't care if you think that my builds are slow, have slow clear speed or low DPS. And it is so strange to see that people are so triggered. Oh, this build clear speed is so slow. Oh, my DPS is billion times bigger. Oh, you should also use this item that everyone uses and it costs 10 billion exalts, but it makes it all better. Yeah, whatever, I don't care. I find my own ways to make the game interesting. Don't get me wrong, I like comments with reasonable suggestions, and I do read all the comments. Well, sometimes it is hard to tell if it is a joke or a serious comment, and I don't mind criticism, as long as it is not comparing to some other build. Hopefully this sort of explains why I do builds the way I do. I should probably use this as a disclaimer video before every build I do. Well, I guess that's about all. I hope you won't lose the interest in the game. Have fun and see you soon.